I finally visited George Mason University, so let's talk about it and rate it. First, the location. Mason is in Fairfax, which is a mid-sized city in Northern Virginia, with some stuff to do, but not that much. But it is only about a 30-minute drive from Washington, D.C., and that proximity is definitely a plus in my opinion. So I'll give location a flat C. Next, the campus. It honestly pleasantly surprised me. It was pretty well connected all through these brick pathways and sidewalks. There's a decent amount of nature intertwined with it. And a couple of the buildings, namely Johnson Center, which is their main student center, had a bunch of food options, was huge. And I thought their union, which is called the Hub, was cool. That being said, though, it is pretty small and most of the academic buildings and dorms were straight up average. So I'll give the campus a B-. And then we move on to vibe, and this is where GMU really starts to falter because it feels like, and very much is, a commuter school. Campus will be pretty packed during the day, but then just dead at night. There's not really any athletics culture. There's not a huge social scene. And from the few students I've talked to, most people come to Mason for the degree of their program and not really for the community, which does suck for those that live on campus, but that's the reality of it. So with all of that, I'm going to give the vibe a D, which to me overall puts Mason at a C-, making it something to consider if you're in state, probably something to avoid if you're out of state. And if you're international and they have the program you want, it's worth considering, but maybe not as a number one.